Morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Krabby McCoffee's morning edition. I'm Krabby McCoffee, also known as Air Sky Rita Lee, also known as San Juan Island Prepper. If you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, thumbs up button. If you're a comer backer, welcome. So, a couple things I gotta tell you. That's an interesting conundrum, okay? So let me just tell you a couple stories this morning. So last night, ham went off without a hitch, all right? The ham went off without a hitch, right? I didn't check the temperature in it. The ham came out really good, all right? The ham's already cooked, so you can cut it up and make ham steaks out of it by just cutting it in spiral, or you do something else, right? And because of the ham sales are on this week, they keep the ham sales going until Tuesday, right? And then they start marking prices up if you want ham again. Now, they might have overabundance of ham so they can sell them cheaper. So, the secret is I made this ham, right? Fortunately, Chloe decided she wants to make green bean casserole. All right, she cooked up like 3 pounds of bacon. All right, I have this coffee can, clean, rinsed, dried, everything. I did a Higgins. Reusable, right? I put bacon grease in mine. What does she do? Dumps it in the sink. So this morning I'm going around and I'm basically, hey Kane, and as Kane would say, the drama queen. So this morning I go to make coffee and I turn the water on to clean around the sink and the water's filling up. So I pull all the dishes out of the sink, stack them up on the stove. How are you doing, Kane? And what do? I start grabbing the sink plunger. I got this little plunger. I got a little plunger set, right? So eventually I get it taken care of. Chloe comes out and says, give me it, right? So then I tell Chloe, you don't fucking put bacon grease in the fucking sink. I mean, it's like her fucking taking corned beef fat, right? I make corned beef from time to time, right? What does she do? She peels off takes the corned beef, right? Skims off all the fat in it and then dumps the fat in the toilet. What's the fat gonna do to the fucking pipes? I keep telling her, not my problem, really. So not only do you want to destroy the plumbing system in here because you're too fucking lazy to fucking take the fat, put it in a trash bag, and take it out to the dumpster, you want it to go through the pipes, which eventually the pipes will get blocked up. And then you got a blockage of pipes. Oh, well, that's what the management's job's for. No wonder why the manager wants to fucking get rid of you. And then she complains this morning. I get up, right? And then I hear Chloe. Oh, after 7 hours of prime rib, wasn't it? Prime rib was a lot bigger than 10 pounds, okay? So when I Googled the problem with the prime rib, which I always Google the answer to, the prime rib has to be cooked at 35 minutes for medium well per pound at 350. Now, if the stove is running 350 for 5 hours, which is what they're saying a 10-pound prime rib needs, or 10 hours for 20-pound, then if you increase the temperature to 375 to get it well done, I like mine medium to medium well, not medium rare, medium well, it takes about 5 hours. So I didn't get anything until I shaved off one piece of prime rib last night for myself at 3 in the morning. 7 hours later, think about it, 7 hours later, still raw in places. That means I got to put it in the oven today at 375 and heat it for an hour and a half. And hope like hell the entire thing cooks evenly. Just so I can get the rest of my prime rib eaten. Because the oven calibration out there, not to mention, I'll tell you a story. So I was talking to a neighbor, right, last night. She's a sweetheart. And I invited her to dinner last night. She stood me up. She just didn't even message me. Chloe's out having a smoke, apparently, and she's hanging out with a friend. And Chloe's like, oh, and now Chloe calls her the terrible flake. We don't know her situation. Chloe thinks she's going to flake out on everything. Chloe's like, what's the fucking point of helping someone who's fucking wanting to do one thing and one thing only, doesn't even have a goal in mind. Chloe was really adamant this morning. Well, so I'm sitting there this morning, and I'm saying to Chloe, look, I just want my morning coffee this morning, and I'll figure things out, right? She's getting combative with me. Right? She doesn't care. And then one person yesterday said, oh, she's depressed. I don't give a shit if she's depressed. You know what? Someone who's this fucking depressed needs to be fucking medicated, because I'm not putting up with someone serious shit who fucking sits there and tears me down early in the morning while I'm having my morning coffee, all because some shithead dumps bacon grease down the damn drain and then says, let the management take care of it. As a woman, I won't allow the management to take care of it. No. As a woman, that's the stupidest thing you can do. And then turns around and says, oh, well, why don't you just tell your white hobo trash friends on YouTube about it? Hobo white trash friends? Really, that's funny. For someone who's too depressed, right? I'll tell you the story. Kane, I think you're going to love this one this morning, right? So I turned around this morning, had my coffee. And she's getting very violently angry. And then I said to her, this ain't the Hotel Rita. This ain't the Hotel Chloe. Chloe gets mad. Well, that must mean. It means that even though we paid our bill on the 3rd, right? The 3rd. We're on a new billing cycle till the 30th, right? The end of the month is when they always email us a new bill for the electric, right? Well, anyways. Look, she called you all white trash hobos and hippies because she says that's who listens to my complaining. Unfortunately, let me just tell you this story, okay? I think you're going to find this interesting. So I tell Chloe, if you want to use the internet, use it at the library. She gets mad. She says, why? I said, because you owe me. I said, you owe me at least $50 for the internet. I'm paying $85 and they're raising my rates because of the new router and stuff. Oh, well, I don't know what to tell them, right? So I said, look, you may have paid this month's electric bill, but when you leave on the 30th, when the new bill comes out, that means you're responsible for the last bill, which is the 30th. Wow, I gotta eat, she goes on. I said, look, you already fucking screwed me over $800 this month. How much more do you want to fucking screw me over? More, huh? You want to fucking rate my pocketbook? And of course, Chloe, Kane, started calling you all names. Redneck, hilljacks, hobos, hippies, white trash. You come to my channel, but I don't know if you're white. I don't know if you're black. I don't know if you're Hispanic. Frankly, you seem cool, so it doesn't matter to me, Kane. So she comes to me and I tell her the electric bill has to be paid, right? I mean, literally, the bill's going to be a little higher because, So she turns around, right? And she gets combative about fucking money, right? The bill's in both our names. So instead of her turning around and saying, okay, I could do that, she gets mad. Well, everything should be free because, I'm a princess. Mm-hmm, right. So I finally turned around and said I was going to, see, I could analyze right now, right? All my current usage right here, right? So let me see how much electricity I've used with the oven today, right? So currently our unbilled is currently, all right, so we've used 405.21 kilowatt hours. The highest was in December, which was 1,312 kilowatts per hour. So you can see, living in an apartment, that's the average. Unfortunately, we got an unbilled right here, which won't be billed until the the 30th, which she's still here, right? So what happens? Of course, she doesn't want to pay. Oh no, she won't. She literally sat there and said, "Oh well, you know, I gotta move and I gotta buy a ticket and I gotta." I mean, literally. I think if I turn off the new router and only use it for internet, it'll be fine. But you know, I like streaming stuff anyways. But why should I punish myself and discipline myself to keep reading books until she fucking realizes that she's the damn problem? You know, I mean, think about it. That's the problem. And then last night she called one of my moderators, Hilljack. So last night, right, one of my moderators came him in, right, donated a gift card to my channel. He loves how I'm real and how I speak the truth, you know. So he sends me a gift card. Anyways, Chloe's all combative and angry because, you know, it makes her look bad because she can't spend any money, but she's spending money like crazy. I mean, look, we just noticed the whole thing about the hot bar, remember? She literally hid the hot bar thing. Like, oh, yeah, I went and got the hot bar yesterday because I was so hungry. Oh, really? Yet I waited all day and cooked that ham, right? And then she basically makes these mashed potatoes that I don't want, you know? And then she turns away the gravy I was going to make for her. So, you know what? I was like, you know what? And then she piles up all the dishes. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do the dishes. Doesn't do them. And then she calls us all fucking white trash hilljacks because, you know, that's all you guys are in her opinion is white trash hilljacks. White trash hilljacks that one or two of you donate to my donation channel or gift cards or whatever, or send me donations through the donation page. But otherwise, you're white trash hilljacks in her opinion because, you know, she you know. But now she's telling me that the neighbor, mind you, you know, the one I told you about, the one that's going to court or something, is a user. Oh yeah, they're a user. They're just a user and abuser. I mean, last night, right? My neighbor, she goes away for like 4 or 5 days, right? Leaves the island, comes back, right? I think it's like 3 to 4 days. Yes, comes back, right? And I said, "Did you have Easter dinner?" No. Well, you're more than welcome to have Easter dinner with us. No reply. Chloe goes out to have a cigarette, finds her sitting in the parking lot, apparently by Chloe's own standard, making out with another girl. Really? That's Chloe's standard. And yet, now, the lady's a user and abuser. She only has one idea. She wants to get the manager fired. And she'll do anything to get her fired, even if we're all collateral damage. And Chloe's like, that lady's a white trash, wannabe hilljack, you know. But at the same time, Chloe's getting angry and combative, you know. And I said, look, the last 3 months, you haven't even put anything towards the internet. I've had to pay it all myself, you know. And she's like, wow, yeah, I'm moving. That's your excuse. You're fucking moving. I mean, yeah, that's your excuse. You're fucking moving. Yeah. My stress will be down, but I mean, literally. I mean, I'm going to get a bus ticket, right? Have you noticed the bus tickets have gone through the roof because of diesel fuel, and yet So I'm sitting around. And then I tell Chloe, right? Well, you're going to go to Arizona. And you want the $29 special. Okay, I just want to share with you, right? $29 special. People say to me, what's the $29 special, right? Okay. So the $29 special is Frontier, right? Like she says, well, anyone that paying $29 because, they're going to, charge me for baggage, right? One carry-on bag is $58 to $60, and then the first check bag, any bags included, right? So you need literally bags included. So say you want right? Okay. Again. So I said, well, choose Alaskan, right? Well, Alaska chart gives you one free carry-on. You have to pay first check baggage. So basically, I mean, literally, right? I mean, Alaska and Delta are the same thing for baggage charges, right? I'm just looking at it. So, if you want to go without anything and rebuild, it's $29. But, I need my baggies and, there is no other cheaper airlines currently except for $29. But, let's see. Doesn't even say this, huh? Yeah, it doesn't even say anything about baggage on the baggage part, literally, you want baggage, right? It's like you click on Southwest and it says price unavailable. How about an American? An American Airlines. Let's just see for this, right? What is the baggage for this? So it's all $30, right? So choose an airline, pay $30. Literally, Frontier is the airline you go through for, but for her, she's like, I need Greyhound bus. And I'm thinking to myself, you want Greyhound, which could be more money than an airplane ticket. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Where was it? Oh, yeah. So $187 to go by one way to bus. Well, I need to. Just fly the fucking plane. Literally. Do you want to leave early? Leave early. What the fuck are you holding yourself back for, Literally, you're looking at almost $200 for a bus ticket one way to Arizona. The cheapest is right there. Lowest price is on $173. $164 if you want to leave freaking on a Sunday. Apparently Sunday's cheaper. Literally. We're at the week of whatever, I cannot compete, right? If she left tomorrow, she already missed a bus today, so she'd have to go tomorrow. It would be 272. I mean, literally, this is why I look up these things. So you either go by bus or you go by fucking plane, and yet she's basically pissed off because, as you know, Kane, she doesn't want to pay her fair share of anything. Why Arizona? Because she's got hello, Susan. She's got a halfway house that she went to in 2016 that apparently is where she wants to go. Apparently, they charge $130 a week, Susan, and yeah, so she wants to go there because it's the only place. Her mom doesn't even want her. I mean, last night her mom and her got into an Easter dinner when her mom says, "You need to fight this, you need to fight that." Really? How can you fight something when you don't have a man, have a anything, you know? I mean, she gets angry, right? I'm paying the fucking electric bill. It's not my fucking job to fucking pay for Chloe's fucking freeloading mooch thing, you know? I do things out of niceness, you know, not, you know, and, you know, you heard manager, you know, manager hasn't emailed, this hasn't happened, and yet, yeah, she was ordered to leave by April 30th. April 30th, or the sheriff would remove her. That was what the manager told her, but she hasn't said or done anything. I mean, think of it this way, okay? Look what happened. Yeah, okay. Look what happened, Kane. I had to literally bust my ass last night. Mashed potatoes, gravy, green bean casserole, all this stuff, right? Chloe helped with the casserole a bit, but I had to do almost everything myself, right? And then, get this. We bought some Bar S bacon, right? Some Bar S bacon. It's cheap bacon, but it does the good for the green bean casserole, which, by the way, if you see here, green bean casserole, leftovers for today. See, look at this. More green bean casserole, see? All this is my green bean casserole for leftovers. I'm supposed to make Jell-O today, but let me just tell you this story. How are you doing today, Susan? So, last night, I didn't get the Jell-O made. I was an asshole, a stupid man with a cooter, because I couldn't cook fast enough, right? I had a ham out, mashed potatoes out, gravy made. You know, like I said, I went, you know, green bean casserole, no dessert. Chloe threw fit. I don't like she got pies. Invited the neighbor. Neighbor didn't show up. It was like you invite someone to dinner, you expect them to say yes or no instead of not even replying. It's like, fuck you, you know? It's like everywhere you go, you get the no reply, cold shoulder, fuck you. I got what I want, so kiss my ass type thing, you know? So, anyways, then, this morning, after I bust my ass off, I have to get into the sink to make coffee. What happened? Sink's plugged. So I get on and go, I'm sorry, I didn't know you didn't put baking grease down there. Every report I have read is like, if you eat too much bacon, right, clogs up your arteries. You see how it is. This is your arteries, yada, 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 right? So last night, I'll tell you the story. So last night, I tell Chloe, right? That if I bought the bacon, it is my bacon to deal with it in my own way, right? Again, she calls you guys hill jacks and hobos. So, let me tell you the story. By the way, ordered some I hope that works the blood pressure. That med that Rinko was talking about, Phil. Anyways, I can't remember what happened, right? So let me just tell you the story. So Chloe, right, doesn't do anything, and then this basically blames everything on everything else, the laziness, right? And I, for one, I don't care about this spam. Okay, yes. So, anyways. Okay, so, anyways. So last night, I'm busting my ass off cooking. You know, it's Easter. And you know what Kane and Susan, what she does? I'll tell you. Turns around, cooks up 2 pounds of bacon, right? Says, oh, I'm going to put this in a green bean casserole. Bacon, you don't put a pound of bacon in a green bean casserole, right? But she did. Then she takes the other pound of bacon and puts it in her mashed potatoes. That's 2 pounds, right? And then she's eating and nibbling on her bacon. And I said, hey, I paid for one whole thing of bacon. I want my fucking bacon in my belly. Oh no, it's gotta be right. As soon as it's all done, she eats up the entire pot of mashed potatoes with 1 pound of bacon and eats half, mind you, of the green bean casserole with all my bacon in it. And like, that sounds good. So not only do you have a con man, narcissistic son of a bitch, but you got a thief literally telling you can't eat bacon, can't have a slice of bacon because it's for putting into cooking. And yet they're eating it out right off the pan. There. Then they call you all names this morning. Oh, yeah, 3 pounds. I ate almost all of it. And yet, then, here's the other problem, right? Not only did they eat all my bacon, which I didn't get any, they turned around and called you guys hilljacks this morning because, you know, you guys get to listen to me deal with someone like them, right? This morning, their mom emailed me and said, oh my God, my kid's going to die early from an overdose of grease. Well, let me tell you this. So last night, I cooked ham for them, right? I literally put the entire roasting pan in the oven saying, look, if you're going to fucking be this lazy, tomorrow morning I'll fucking cut up the ham and I'll put it in a Ziploc bag. I'll eat it out of the pan, right? So I got to pull it out of the bacon, the ham grease, and then I got to transfer the ham grease into a container so I can make gravy for her tonight. Yet, the son of a bitch last night literally threw a fucking tissy fit saying she's an entitled woman and I'm just a bastard with a cooter and I got to be treated like a bastard with a cooter because this son of a bitch wants my prime rib. How do you give someone prime rib and the fucking thing is fucking raw? And all you know is what you know. Oh, not to mention, right? Manager emails me this morning. When Chloe leaves, I'll get a new water tank. Yeah. It seems like they're trying to run me out, too. New water tank. I told them the water was so damn lukewarm, I was freezing in the tub. Chloe says, oh, it's the wind. It's keeping the water cold. No, it's the fucking water's being used. Literally, the tank ain't even heating up properly. The elements are going. And Higgins says, oh, you do this and you do that. Really? I checked this morning and I check every morning. Is it wet? Is it leaking? No. Is the tank turned on? No. The tank making noise? So then I took a warm bath last night. But you all apparently, Chloe's eye, are white trash hillbilly hilljacks because she doesn't want to part with her food. She doesn't want to part with her money. She wants to steal my food and my money. And then turn around and tell me it's my effing duty to pay for her electric bill in 20 and because, well, I need a permanent airplane or bus ticket. Is there any way I can fucking get ahead with a fucking son of a bitch? I mean, literally. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, but the problem is there's a backlog on the tanks due to the rotavirus. I know this. The manager has to, last time they replaced the tank, they had to literally call someone in about, I think they had to call a plumber in from Seattle or Tacoma to get it up there. And you got to remember, Seattle's 90 miles from us. That's what the crows flies. So, you know. And then on top of that, right? On top of that, if my stove is working properly, which I don't think it is, my stove's failing. I think I told Chloe to clean it. No, I don't know how I'm too disabled. So you're too fucking disabled to open the stove, look in here, and clean the damn thing. I mean, the manager said all it takes is some elbow grease, right? I don't know what we use to clean it. Chloe's like, really? So you're too disabled. So here's a story for you, Kane. State was going to offer her an apartment, assisted living, or a group home. She told the state lady to fuck off. Literally told her flat out right. I was listening. To fuck off. She ain't going to get paid $75 a month because she needs more than $75 to live. She needs underwear and socks and shoes and pants and skirts and bras. And I gotta be a real woman. I'm not gonna be charged holding $75 a month. Fuck you. Yes. So, and then, that's all she wrote. You see? I gotta deal with this crap on a daily basis. Yeah. Hold on a sec. I gotta make sure Moppy's in the corner in my office. I mean, Chloe has no fucking common sense. That's the thing. No common sense. No, literally. Gets mad at someone sends me a gift card, by the way, Kane. Oh, I don't have to do it. No, you don't want to do it because you claim, you know. What are you doing, Ebo? How's your food, huh? You're always singling out when you want to eat. Here you go. I mean, literally. I told Chloe, you know, she's like, oh, there's not enough time in the day. I can't do everything. No, you can't sit there. I'm a woman. Instead, you just gotta basically pull yourself by the bootstraps. I had to fucking clean this place 95% myself. The last time. I don't want to fucking do it again. I want the fucking little bastard to leave. But the bastard won't fucking pay for their own fucking way. They fucking steal. I mean, look what they do. They get mad and go to room. If I go to my room after I cause an argument, I don't have to do anything today. Yeah, but guess what? I mean, they got 20 days left. 20 days left. You'd think they'd grow up by now. I mean, literally. I mean, I brought it out nicely. I said, did you know the electric bill has to be paid at the end of the month? Oh, well, you said not to worry about it. No, because you're still here to the end of the month. You're using my electricity, which means you got to pay. Well, I got to make sure. I mean, literally, it doesn't matter if you're fucking Arizona and the fucking third. You just pay your fucking electric bill. You call me on the phone and say, pay it. And I use your card since it's saved. Your bill's paid. Then it's done one last time because you use this much electricity. But if you don't want to, And you're being a cheap son of a bitch. Then they went on about how the neighbor is a flake. Okay, cool. So the neighbor is a flake in your opinion. Good for you. But at the same time, the neighbor doesn't understand what I'm going through because she's going through her own hell herself, which I sympathize. Fortunately, she messages me this morning asking me which phone to call me on. But then she doesn't call me. Yeah. And then Chloe calls her white trash flake. Yeah. And yet, Kane, then I told Chloe, look, I'm not the hotel Chloe. I'm not the hotel Rita. Internet router was replaced. You don't pay anything anymore. All you do is fuck the internet. I'm a real woman. Looking at porn on my internet network, when I'm doing creativeness, I'm a YouTube creator. I'm dealing with someone who is so severely mentally ill that they told the state of Washington to fuck off when it comes to a group home. Oh, well, they want me to live as a man. The other day, I was talking to a friend of mine, right, who she shafted Higgins out of services rendered. I got to pay Higgins shortly. So anyway, let me tell you what the story about Higgins, okay? This is funny. Higgins doesn't see her wearing dresses, mostly skirts in his opinion. Well, her sweaters and sweatshirts, she uses these long sweaters or sweatshirts, calls them her dresses. Higgins says, oh, she looks like she's wearing more skirts, so she's a man in a skirt. Well, that works too. Man in a skirt, man in a dress, I don't care. Why don't I wear a skirt and dresses? Because I'm stuck indoors. I'm not allowed to leave. My blood pressure's through the roof. And yet, I got a tub. I mean, think about it. This morning, the first thing out of my mind, right, is how do I explain Kane and the rest of you? Telling the manager that Chloe clogged the drain by dumping bacon grease in. Chloe has no common sense. I mean, literally, her mom said this is why, you don't put bacon grease down a drain. I don't. And if she doesn't do that, she usually thinks bacon grease, I think, is flushable down the shitter. Again, what if the bacon grease gets all the way to the end of the building before it slows momentum and then starts gunkying up, huh? And eventually, 20 years from now, pipe breaks down below and some basement's flooded because Chloe put too much bacon grease down, and then they finally inspect it and say, oh, it's bacon grease. And you had a tenant that basically flushed all the fat down the toilet. Anything that's moldy or smelly that she didn't want to take away for 3 weeks in a pot, basically. Oh, these are stinky. Fills it up in the tub with soap and water and says, okay, got rid of the residue by dumping it down the toilet, flushing. I mean, what if there's a lot of fat in that mold and then all of a sudden it gets stuck in the drains and then the pipe breaks? Not my problem, that's the manager's problem. The manager turned around and told me with a kind heart the other day, people. I love the manager. She's nice, okay? She's been fair to me. She looked at me and she says, I'm here to defend my owners. She calls them owners, the owners of the buildings. $6 million in assets. $6 million, okay? And yet, Chloe puts a teeny hole in the door over there, puts bacon grease down the toilet in the sinks, puts her dip down the sink. Did you know they had to replace the pipes under there because the dip damage? Now, Chloe got so angry, she does this, right? When you turn the water on, I have to literally dry the countertops because there's a leak. I put in a repair. They won't fix it. Chloe leaves. They think Chloe's the one doing all this shit. And I'm sitting there trying to fix it myself. The other day, Chloe's like, where's my cook pot? Your cook pot? It's my fucking cook pot. And you're not touching it. Why not? Because I'm using it. What are you using it for? She goes in there and realizes she broke the sink under in the kitchen, in the bathroom. So it's got this slow spray leak. It takes about 10 days for me to dump the pot of water. And yet, I woke up one morning with my feet wet, trying to figure out what happened. I had to troubleshoot it. What did happen? Manager said it's Chloe. Chloe's too incompetent. Chloe doesn't think anything but herself. Oh, it's the manager's job. Let the manager fix it. I don't believe it's the manager's job. I believe it's Chloe's job. And Chloe needs to fucking pay for it. Instead, she put a hole in the door. Guess who's got to pay for the fucking thing? And yet, she calls my friends, my viewers, Hilljacks because they gave me a gift card because they like my channel. For me, that's just downright wrong. You guys are not, and I repeat, not Hilljacks. To me, I think she's the Hilljack that never grew up. I mean, literally, this is why the manager doesn't want to research her. Her temper. She fucking flies off the handle of everything. I mean, she literally snaps at the first available thing. Literally. Then this morning, she just gets so fucking tight, and angry that she fucking goes to sleep. I'm going to sleep because you guys, you angered me. I mean, literally, it's. I mean, how do you feel? How do I feel? I don't know what to make of it anymore. I've dealt with this shit so many times, and people say, oh, well, people don't want to deal with her. Oh, yeah. But you know what, Susan? Thanks for commenting. You know what? I agree. But you know what? She told the state to fuck off. They would have fucking given her food, and they would have given her food, electricity, internet, hot water, everything. And she told the fucking lady to fuck off. She wanted to fucking cook for herself. She said, I'm not gonna live on $75 fucking dollars a month. Yeah, plain and simple. I don't need to be her caretaker. I mean, I already got this place clean once. I gotta do it again. Manager gave me a thing. A manager went into her room, Susan. I'll tell you this. So I had an inspection recently. She went in there, marked down Chloe's room, terrible. Won't clean up after herself. Room stinks. You can have rats living in there, she said. The rest of the house was just perfect. But you know what, Chloe? Someone said yesterday, Susan, that, oh, what if Chloe's too depressed? I don't give a shit. If she's too depressed, she needs medication because she claims she's too disabled. She can't do it. She can go spend everyone else's fucking money. Look at this poor little guy here. He's living in a pile of poo. I gotta clean this today. Yeah. My little buddy here, which you can't see, is living in a giant pile of poo. I have a rabbit, by the way, Susan. Hey, Bum Bum. I mean, literally. And yet, doesn't make sense, Yeah, now she's calling a neighbor a flake because The neighbor's got to go to court in 2 days, and yet Chloe wants to testify because Chloe thinks I can save my house. And yet, the neighbor won't get back to me. She called the neighbor a fucking flake last night when I invited the neighbor because she was by herself to Easter dinner. Yeah, Chloe says she was making out with a younger girl. Oh, really? That's interesting to know. Another one of Chloe's fantasies, I bet. I can't see my neighbor basically shacking up with a younger girl with 2 kids. Doesn't make sense. But Chloe? Oh, wow. And yet, I told Chloe last night, pick up toilet paper. Oh, I can't carry it in my backpack. So now she's napping, so she doesn't have to do anything today. We'll run out of toilet paper. I'll use paper towels, and she'll yell at me about the paper towels. I'll be like, you know what? I had to wipe my ass with something. Because I told you, the shopping list had paper towels. I also asked her about 2 items on the shopping list she skipped. What, you couldn't see it? You couldn't find it? You just didn't want to pick it up? You're calling me every fucking 30 seconds about pies yesterday. Oh, do you want pies? You want pies? I want pie. You need pies. I wanted a Dutch apple. What do we get? Nothing. And then I had to spend 7 hours with prime rib that didn't fucking fully cook, which means I got to recook it today for an hour and a half in the oven, which is fine. I'll cut a slab up for lunch. Then I'll have a slab for dinner. And yet she's like, I want prime rib. Dude, you got fucking ham. Eat your fucking ham. I cooked for you. Why should I be fucking providing you prime rib and you don't fucking deserve a slice? And you turn around and you can't even fucking pay me back for the internet. I mean, that's the fucking problem, Excuse me for a second. You please continue to comment, even if I'm gone for a minute or so. I gotta use the restroom. It's calling me, so I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Thank you for waiting. I got another story for you that might be of an interest. So, the other day, Kane, Susan, I picked up $50 in quarters, right, for laundry. So finally, she does laundry, right? She says, "Oh, all my laundry's done, right? All her clean clothes, everything, because she's moving, right?" So the other day, I go in and I said to her, "There's pants and shirts clean." I hung up the shirts. I was gonna let the fucking lazy bastard do it because the lazy bastard kept saying they were gonna do it and they don't do it. And they said, "I'm a real woman. I'm a real woman." So what happens? So I finally asked them. I said, "I had $50 in quarters and 5 bags of laundry. Where's my bags of laundry?" What'd she do? Shirts and pants. Then tells me she only did $10 in laundry, used the 40 for herself. So I'm digging around for clothes, right? So the other day I said to her, Susan and Kane, "Hey, where's my clean socks and underwear?" She said, "Oh, they're clean, right?" So then she goes and rummages around my place, picks up stuff, and she says, "Oh, your socks and underwear are fully dirty. There's like 4 loads of socks and underwear in there that she won't touch because, I provided the quarters. She was going to do the laundry. That was the deal. Fortunately, she does the laundry for her, and then she took all my quarters, used her laundry, and then told me to fuck off because she's entitled because the world owes her. And not only does she steal my quarters, but leaves me wearing dirty underwear and socks. Yeah. And then sits there and says, "Oh, we have to go to the bank to get another $50 in quarters." My advocates are like, they're like, you either buy $80 in underwear and socks and get by for the month because the son of a bitch ain't gonna do it, or you fucking throw the son of a bitch out. Can't do it. They have to leave the 30th, so they're gonna drag it out. Yeah, they steal my quarters. They eat my food. They do their laundry. They say the world owes them. They're on the phone to their mom saying the same thing. I think the world owes me. Her mom's like, the world doesn't owe you anything. And so I checked the wind today real quick to make sure there's no wind. So Chloe's like, "Oh, it's gonna be windy soon." Well, apparently we don't have a small craft advisory or anything, and the wind is pretty low. So I'm gonna check the daily or the hourly, then the 10-day. This will tell me what I need to know. So the hourly is gonna be really not gonna be windy today. And the mouse is a little sluggish, so. All right, so no wind for a long while. Okay, cool. So that would mean I could turn my other scanner on. So, Susan, tell me why you think she needs a caretaker. I'm just curious. Because personally, everyone I talk to thinks she's just faking everything. So, Everybody's still with me. Tell me why she needs caretaker. That's what I'd like to know. So, anyways, I'm just checking the forum this morning. It's one of my hobbies. I like to, listen to radio. So this guy asks questions, right? Then he turns around. Wow, this is an interesting read. Wow. I was learning something new, you know. Interesting. Anyways, let me see what's going on with you guys. No comments? Wow, no comments. Ask a question and get no answers. You know, that's the interesting thing, you know. Man, this is interesting. They're just talking about frequencies and update codes. Hmm. Interesting reading all this. Mm-hmm. Mm. So, anyways, I got no clean underwear and socks. My food's being eaten. The tick turd decides to go take a nap because they're so angry. And then they get angry with me over the smallest of stuff. And I am just, working on other crap, Maybe I should call my neighbor and see if she's okay. Anyways. Yeah, and this month's end of the month, they bring in the new electric bill, which means I got to pay probably double the price because Chloe doesn't want to pay. Yeah. That's the thing. So, anyways, and now the comments petered out, and I'm gonna message my neighbor real quick. I charged my phone up, so there we go. So now I know it's working. So, but still, uh, oh crap going on. I don't know what I want to do today. A lot of people email me and they say, "Oh, did you see that shooting in Louisville or hear about it?" Yes, I heard about it. No, I don't care. It's one of those mornings where I just want to put on that TV show, I'm watching. It's a real good show. I fell asleep on episode 6 again. Can you believe that? Episode 6. I'm at the last episode on Hulu. Hulu must be happy I'm using it for once. I'm paying for it. Might as well use it, right? So, does anyone want to comment? I don't know what to do. I don't. You know, I could take a nap and I'd be happy as hell myself. So, yeah, it was a mass shooting at a bank. Can't believe that. I couldn't believe it. So, anyways, I just can't figure out what the hell the problem is. If it's depression, they need to fix it. Chloe's got a therapist appointment at 6 tonight on video, so she's like, "Can I use your computer?" Fine, you can use my computer. She could sit right here for a whole hour while I watch TV because I can. you know. So, you know, yeah, on Ukraine this morning. Do we have any Ukraine updates? No, so that's dumb. Another dumb article. Another stupid article. Oh, great. Don't tell me I got a fucking stupid assholes. Hate when they fucking turn on these videos. So apparently, detailed view. I want to look at my detailed view. So apparently, there's so many damn things. I got 36 trackers trying to track, and it's blocked it. So let me see. Let's see. All they're talking about is just leaked documents. Hmm. So, day after Easter, they're not talking about anything on the war. So, you guys can be rest assured that there's nothing. And then Dow Jones, I don't know what the Dow is, if it's working today or not. Looks like it's bad. So, the Dow went up 100 points today. So, I guess it's working today. So, I guess they're not exempt from the holidays. So, Dow Jones went up 100.64 points and it's already closed today. So, yeah. So we'll see what happens, right? Yep. So, anyways, we don't have any news to flux there. So everything is kind of on gravy time, I guess. So, anyways, it's just the way it is. I need to make an updated video on my prime rib part 4 today. So, I'm talking about the times. People have been emailing me saying, how's 2 hours equal, cooking it? It doesn't. See, a lot of these people say give it 2 hours and cut into it. The problem is if you have a proper stove. Mine took 7 hours and it still wasn't done. So that tells you right there the stove's going if the management doesn't want to replace that either. So I got to wait for water tank replacement, stove replacement, 3 repairs. And yet they don't want to do anything to toilet leaves. Yeah, go figure. Top of that, I'm still waiting for the manager to get back to me on my research. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here wondering what the hell's going to happen. So, this is why we're having coffee time with Rita this morning. So, she needs a caretaker. Yeah, pretty much she needs a caretaker. She didn't do anything today. Got some Camels. Told her do dishes, get a cigarette. She told me fuck off. Yeah, tells you right there what she needs to know. Anyways, I don't know. Give me a second. I gotta use the bathroom again. So tonight's dinner is gonna be leftovers, um, which will be tasty. So you know how that is. Hmm. Excuse me. All right. I used the restroom. I'm back, people. Just seeing. Oh, I got 2 emails that came in. So apparently, Mama Pee Wee finally emailed me. I'll have to watch those videos. Anyways, emailed me, so I'm gonna have to go through this. I guess she's, shake my tail feathers. All right. So, anyways, like I said, I'm gonna have to go through some news. Let me see where it came from first of all. Not that it matters. Let me see. It came from some website, Okay, so it wasn't actually. Oh yeah, this is nice. So it didn't actually come from, Here, let me see this. Oh, yeah. I'll watch this for 15 minutes. I'll make a new video for you guys tomorrow about this once I watch this from Mama Pee Wee. She finally messaged me, and I told her I'll watch it after my live so I can see what's going on. But I don't believe in the mainstream media. Mama Pee Wee knows that already because the mainstream media lies on both sides. I mean, literally, But the thing is to me, I don't really care because everything I read is a bunch of BS, anyways. Like trying to take away guns, BS. Trying to take away abortion pills, BS. Trying to take away um, um, sex changes. Well, that's good and dandy for me, right? I don't care. But, you have all these people and you have all these things coming down the pipe, and this is one reason why I'm telling you guys to keep on prepping. It's not just nuclear war, it's civil war that could happen if the elections don't go according to plan in 2024. Again, more likely it won't. That's a 1% chance due to the fact that the American people, they don't have the balls. That's the thing. I heard all these preppers talking about civil war right after 2020 election. It's 2023, and look what happened now. Then civil war again after the elections of 2022. I don't see it happening. So to me, the people they have the guns, but they don't have the balls to back it up. You see? The next thing I have to tell you, which I love dearly, and Mama Pee Wee knows I love her dearly anyways, is the fact that uh, is the fact that, you know, um, this is what I'm prepping you guys for. I mean, there's 3 preppers list, a donation page, other websites, etc., etc. I mean, everything I've given you guys for prepping is for prepping purposes only. I mean, think about it. I mean, I've given you a preppers list. I've given you a basic preppers list. I've given you a bare bone preppers list. I've given you everything you guys can think of to prep in case of nuclear war or a natural disaster. I know Mama Pee Wee lives in a state where they have earthquakes and other things like fires, and I'm not going to tell you what state she lives in because that's confidential. But you know, I don't know if Mama Pee Wee knows this. I should email her and let her know. I think I did. I don't remember. I'll email her about that anyways. Apparently it has to do with one of our moderators. Mama Fanny passed away on February 12th. So, I forgot to ask her if she knew that. You know. Hmm. So, all right. So I'm gonna send that out. So, she's been busy doing her other things. But the point is Fanny Urban Homesteader, who's one of my I call it Mama Fanny. She has her own channel for canning and prepping too. I think her husband messaged me on March to tell me that she passed away in February. So a lot of people have been wondering what's happening to her, but I'm not allowed to disclose that on her site or her comments. But she's passed away February 12th of cancer. So you got a lot of people that died of cancer. So, but you preppers out there, one of the topics we're talking about is prepping, and, this is why you got to prep. I mean, think about it. A lot of people sit there and say, well, so, as a prepper, you got to keep on prepping. Oh, I got an email came in. Probably from, nope, wasn't Mama Pee-wee. Nope. So, anyways, so, when it comes to prepping, you have to keep on prepping because you don't know what's going to happen. If people sit there and, they think the government's going to bail them out, but how can the government bail them out? And they're spending billions of dollars draining the government coffers for, what do you call it? For the war in Ukraine. And yet they're not giving us anything about raising the debt, People email me all the time saying, oh, is the debt going to be raised? I don't know. I mean, think about it. We're already in March. And or not, yeah, March. No, we're in April now. Sorry, we skipped March. Okay, we didn't skip March. We passed March because March is over. So now we're in April. So April 10th, and yet we have no news about the debt ceiling being raised. And yet, they're not talking about it. They're all sitting there like, oh, they want to take away guns. Yet, is this going to really help the country as a whole if they just sit there and be like, Biden's not going to move, we're not going to move. And then all of a sudden the entire banking system collapses. And, you got hungry people in the country because they can't buy anything because they're sitting there holding on to that little ray of hope. That's what's left. When both governments between McCarthy and Biden, no offense to anyone who's a Republican, they both opened up Pandora's box. And now they're like, we're not going to move. And yet Biden's like, I'm going to just go and do this and send all this stuff out to Ukraine. Old man Magoo does that, and look what happens. Now the taxpayers have got a burden with restocking. And yet, the American people, I mean, I was just listening to a radio thing. No, it wasn't a radio thing. Let's just explain it, okay? The other day I was telling people, I love Mama Pee-wee dearly, you know this. I was telling you guys the other day, what are we prepping for? Well, we're prepping for multiple reasons. Nuclear war, banking collapse, civil war, natural disasters, and anything else in between. Not to mention, government is taking away everyone's freaking rights. Okay, you got the redneck hilljacks. I'm going to say it. Love all you people. So I'm just going to say the redneck hilljacks have the guns. Government wants to take away the redneck hilljack's gun. Who will? They're incompetent. They think the gun's mightier than the sword. Then you got all these news agencies turning around and saying, you got these gun owners not giving a shit if little kids get killed in a school. Their guns are more important, right? So the government's trying to push heat on the non-gun owners to basically vote them out. Now, if it happens, it'll happen in 2024. Unfortunately, you see where I'm going with this, right? They're trying to take away your ability to defend yourself, right? They want to submit you to whatever submission they want you to submit to. So, if that doesn't have civil war, and if civil war doesn't happen, they send all the money on make bank collapse. Then they win anyways because they'll make some deal like you can have food if they turn hold on a sec, peeps. I want to type Pee-wee for a second. Mama Fanny says, I'm so sorry. Or Mama Pee Wee says, sorry to hear about Fanny. Didn't know she was sick. Not been on your channel a while. I know your membership keeps growing, so I'll stay off there for a while. It might help with you getting more members. I don't think it's going to help get more members. So, she thinks it'll help me get more members. No, it won't. Hasn't yet. I don't get many new subscribers. That's the thing. Most of my content is about prepping, and sometimes I talk about Chloe, and then sometimes talk about other things. But she's like, I've been staying off because she wants my channel to grow. Fortunately, my channel doesn't grow. But anyways, as a prepper, you got to look at nuclear war, right? You got to look at the past, okay? You got to look at what's coming down the pipe, okay? The government. I watched the video the other day, okay? True story, based on a true story. It's professor makes friends with this little girl. He's older than her, probably like 30 years. And they become friends for life. But the reason they became friends for life is he saved her life, she saved his life, and they got off the Lusitania when it was sinking, because the Lusitania was torpedoed by a German U-boat. Now, the British Admiralty basically used the sinking of the Lusitania to get Americans into the war. Fortunately, the professor at the end of the movie said, look, you always thought you could trust your government to take care of you and look after you, but the government's only looking after themselves. They always have, and you now understand that they didn't care if the Lusitania sank with 1,198 souls on board. They wanted freaking war, and they wanted allies involved. So if the allies had Americans on board the Lusitania and it sunk, you see where I'm going with it, right? So nowadays, you got to prep for anything. I mean, think about it. You got to prep for anything. The Lusitania was used, and the Admiralty covered it up. They didn't want to tell, that one torpedo hit the ship carrying ammunitions, and then the ship sank. So they're like, 2 or 3 torpedoes hit. The Germans basically came out and said, no, the Admiralty's lying. We used 1 torpedo to sink in. You guys had munitions. Well, people were hearing the lies like, oh, yes, the Admiralty, they, it just exploded. Well, first one hit. The second explosion, they claimed the second explosion was another torpedo attack. And then the third one. Truth is, they blew it up. I mean, think about it. During wartime, these troop transports were literally transporting ammunitions, rifle cartridges, mortar shells, rifles, bayonets, tank shells, you name it. They were sending anything they can by boat. And it just happens that the captain of the U-boat got lucky and sunk the damn thing. He thought he could give it a bloody nose, but instead, when it sank in less than 20 minutes, he thought something was wrong, you see. So your government doesn't care about yourself. They have their own agenda, you see, their own agenda. Think about it. People are still tying up the phones trying to get food stamps at the state level. I mean, my phone, I had to pay $15 in my own account just to keep my phone service active for the next 2 years because, until I can get the food stamps reinstated for 23 measly dollars. To me, what does $23 get you? A jar of mayonnaise at $8? I mean, literally, has anyone ever realized if you had food stamps and you go to Walmart and you say place order and Walmart says, okay, we'll take your food stamps, but you have to pick up? When you go to Amazon, you're like, okay, food stamps. Okay, click, order. Okay, I'm ordered 2 cases of Spam this week. Next week, 4 cases, whatever, right? I mean, think about it. The American people need to realize that, by the time we get to the middle of the month, I'll probably be eating mac and cheese and Spam and some ramen. But, there's other foods I can eat too. Tomato soup, chicken noodle soup, beans, rice, whatever. I can make my own soups. I mean, I have leftovers. I can make ham and bean and bacon soup, and then bean and bacon soup, and ham and bacon soup, and ham and bacon and ham and bean soup. I mean, there's so many things and calibrations for foods. You won't go hungry, unfortunately. The preppers out there, you got to learn to use your leftovers, and I can make a prime rib soup. I can make prime rib stew. I can make prime rib pot pies. I mean, think about it. Everything happens for a reason. Think about it. As a prepper, you got to ask yourself thoroughly what is going on in the world. In my opinion, it's not cool. Yeah, because the American people are sitting around relying on the government, and the government ain't telling them anything. Oh, some documents leaked and, whatever. Yeah, okay, cool, So, a lot of people, as I told Mama Pee Wee, most people troll the channel. And the ones that don't troll the channel are just watching me, but not commenting. That's the thing. If we have all these viewers watching me, then I would assume you guys would literally comment on my channel. So the bottom line is, which reminds me, let's check in with Dinky, see if she's up. Today's temperature is 49, so it's a little nippy in here. As usual, it's kind of cold. But you know how it is for being cold, So I'll check in with Dinky real quick. I'm getting to the point where I'm a little tired too, so I might take a short break, from YouTube eventually if we don't get any comments. And I will I don't know what I'll do. But anyways, I got a whole list of stuff I have to do. I have to go through my planners this morning. Then I got to do this. Yeah. So, anyways, there you have it, with, I got 4 people watching, no commenting. Kind of makes me wonder what the hell's going on. What do you guys find entertaining about me? I mean, you guys, there's got to be some reason why you find this to be the very entertaining, because, to me, it's, I know Tildor, he can comment anytime he wants, but he hasn't commented. Thank God. Moderators were I had a couple of moderators message me about removing some of his comments. Zoe, of course, because Chloe's leaving. I think I went in the other day and I found there's 2 Zoe accounts, so I unblocked them both. So, but, I'm not going to say anything more. And it was great to see Phil last night. It was great that he donated to the cause, because, I do a lot of videos for you guys, and, you guys got to prep. And I was going to do a gift card giveaway, Tildor was talking about gift cards yet, Clank sent one to Zoe, but to me, I don't care, a lot of moderators got upset, it's basically like leading a horse with a carrot, and they were tired of it, so they decided to deal with it in their own way, So, in my opinion, it was kind of funny, All right, so anyways, that's something I want to share with you, but I'm getting to the point where I'm All right. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so anyways, it's just kind of sad, that hopefully Higgins is doing okay. He's having a tough day today, so moderator Higgins, I told him I pray because of what's coming down the pipe, so but still, it's I don't know. So, Mama Fanny or Mama Pee Wee said, she'd comment or whatever, but my channel's growing. My channel's not really growing too much. I mean, if my channel was growing, okay, people would actually watch me, comment more, and make comments. Instead, what am I? What happened to Taylor Swift? Oh, okay. So Taylor Swift is breaking up with someone. Well, not a problem. I don't like how they basically make it news. Hillary Swank's twins. So Hillary Swank. Wow. Hmm. So apparently she's 48. Wow. She looks, no offense, like a crypt keeper. Yeah, old. Some celebrities don't pass well after the age. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's not even anything worthwhile in the news department today. Probably what Mama Fanny did. Excuse me for 1 second. Gotta use the restroom. Anyways, I'm back. Wash my hands, so we're good. 3 people, no comments. This is disturbing today. You know. Yes, Kane. So let's see. Let me just go through the comments. I'm so damn bored. Let's see. Kane says, "Hello. Hi, Kane. Good. Yes. Oh, bacon grease. Yep, exactly. That's what happened. I had to unclog the sink this morning because of her incompetence. She made fun of us. Yeah, she called you all redneck killjacks and white trailer trash. White trailer trash. She should pay her fair share. She doesn't. She doesn't care. All she cares about herself. And this is what they call a narcissist. She leaves at the end of the month. Yes, 20 days. I got songs stuck in my head saying 20 days, you know. What was that one song, you know? I can't remember it. You know, it's like, you know, really great song, you know. It's like someone leaving, not coming back. Yeah. So, um, why Arizona? Well, like I said, Susan, because that's where the halfway house is, supposedly. But no one knows anything about what's going on, you know. Her mom, you know. That's a lot of bacon. Yeah, well, 3 pounds, and I only got none. Zip, zap, zilch. All I got was what was in the green bean casserole. She took most of it, put it in her um, mashed potatoes, and then, as you know, her mom thinks she's going to end up with a heart attack early. Yeah. So, you know, so my money and my bacon went into her belly. Tells you right there what you need to know. Yeah. Selfishness. Yeah, they need to provide hot water and get a new tank. They will when Chloe leaves, but the water tank's the water tank. You know, I don't even know how much hot water is in there. You know. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's, you know, I already told you about the bathroom sink and everything else going down the toilet cane, and then finally, she needs a caretaker. Yes, she does. I mean, like I said, she told the state to fuck off, and that's rude. And now it is what it is. So, what am I going to do today for the rest of the day? Well, I'll tell you. I could do another video later. I got to get her, butt up eventually. She went back to sleep out of anger. She likes to cause arguments. And when I live with someone like this, it bothers the hell out of me, you know, that I got to put up with it. So, today's plan is I'm going to look over some news. And then go from there, you know. But you guys got to keep on prepping because it's the way it works, you know. I could take a nap and I'd be happy to. Probably I'm just so damn drained. Last night I spent so damn long cooking. And I got that one last episode to watch on that TV show. I fell asleep on episode 6. Well, got through all 5. It was very interesting, you know. Which I'm going to go to Google Voice and tell Dad about a show. Let's see, Google Voice. That's what I want. Let's just do this. All right, there you go. So I just told my dad I found this 6-part show. You know, he should literally look into it. He's working today, so you know. But yeah. Anyways, so my plan today is I'm gonna go into my office for a bit, work on the planner. And get the dishes done, watch some TV, and if anything comes up, I'll post again. Always got a therapist appointment at 6, so it's got to be set up. So, you know. Anyways, it seems you guys prefer me to make longer videos than shorter videos. Yeah, so, you know, now my Crocs broke again. See, they always break right here, you know, they pop off, you know, and then I gotta always ask Chloe to do it. She's got more strength than me, but See, it takes pain in the butt just to put it back. These Crocs have been with me almost 3 years. I think I got it 2020 at Christmas. Look at this wood piece in my damn shoe. I didn't even know we had a wood piece in my shoe. That's what I was digging into my heel the other day. Been through so much with these, and yet still wearing them. Hannah Bug, moderator Hannah Bug gave me these. She gave me a blankie too at one time. You know, the blankie I've put to use for almost 3 years, so it's pretty dang good. My shoes. I call them like my slippers. I'll wear them everywhere around the house. So as a prepper, so dog does something or does this or that, I would step in the middle of the night, or these Crocs come in handy in many aspects. So to me, it's pretty damn interesting. And so to me, it's as a prepper, you always want to have like a pair of sandals or a slipper or whatever as a prepper, and there's a lot of people out there that they love my channel, and they donate, and etc etc. People say to me, "Oh, Rita, what's your next plan or goal?" Well, I don't know. I was thinking of posting a poll soon, but I don't know. Because I do have a poll that I do. Let's go and check the poll out anyways. It's under my community tab in my channel here. So I did a poll. What is the black swan? 2 votes. Nuclear. So I'll make bare bone, yes. When clothes, what shall I do? More prepping? Okay. Yeah. MERS. People have been asked. So Thursday and Saturday we'll be testing out some new radios, and for the newest polls, look for it. Banking collapse, nuclear, 50-50. What radio should I check? FRS, we already did that. CB's next, and MERS. Let's see, this was 1 month ago. I haven't done a new poll. Change from brand names to generic. A lot of people said yes. Russia and all of the above. Radios of donation. Testing. Both. Long videos or short. 4 people said they prefer long. Yeah. So 80% of people said they'd pay if I paid $10 a month. Would they watch me at Rumble Live? Yes. Fortunately, I don't know anything about Rumble Live. And then make podcasts. 4 people voted yes. Shall I do anything meal planner and bucket list planner? So everyone wants the meal planner. Chloe and I were talking about cooking. So there we go. So apparently my other comments and stuff about scanners aren't there, so I'll have to do a poll eventually about scanners. If you guys want me to review, you know what, that'd be a good idea. So let me do that. Let me make a poll, since you guys aren't commenting. Let's just do a quick poll. I want to review some scanners for you for prepping. So go text poll. Let's see. What scanners shall I review for you all for prepping? 1, Uniden 75 XLT. I'm cutting it short. 2, Uniden 125 AT. 3, Uniden 30C. 4, 15X. All right, hold on. Uniden 15x. Okay. Let's see. 5. Hold on. Is there any more? Nope. 5. Unit in 996p 2 and P2 and 325 P2. There. So let's see what people say. There we go. New poll. So I haven't made a poll in 6 days. So there you go. So about a week in between, I make a new poll. Keeps my mind busy while you guys not comment. So anyway, I don't know what to tell you guys, but the comments petered out, and I'm frankly a little tuckered out today. 2 hours, and Kane and Susan left, and I want to finish that television show I'm watching, and my phone's charged for tonight, anyways. So I think I'm going to finish that show. Get Chloe up so the dishes can be done. I made dinner last night, so it's her job to, she already ate up all my bacon. So, anyways, then I'm gonna watch my show, and then watch another show, and then watch I don't know what I'm doing. I got 533. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna relax soon. Anyways, I got a lot to think about. So, but anyways, do I want to do any more coffee right now? No coffee, no more coffee right now. I don't know why I got 5 people watching, no comments. I mean, well, what are you guys getting in it? What entertainment are you finding on my channel? Excuse me. Please comment about that while I use the toilet real quick. All right, peeps. So, anywho, there's 5 people watching, no comments. I'm getting tired. So, anyways, I think I'm going to log off for a while, make it a habit of relaxing a little more, and not worry about you guys commenting, because it seems the comments have petered out. So, unless you have some questions or concerns or whatever, it's kind of after Easter, people are on their way home. Maybe they're just finding me entertaining, but I diversify all the time. Not a lot of people like my long videos. I frankly like short videos because it gets to the point. However, today, when I do my coffee edition with you guys always enjoy it due to the fact that there's people out there that enjoy hearing my opinions, and to me, it is Monday and nothing going down. So, I will be back later. I hope you do hit the like, subscribe button. If you want to donate, there is an About Me page on my YouTube channel part under the About Me page. Go there. There's a donation thing for video games, radios, anything. I also take gift cards. You can always email them to me through Amazon. My email address is there if you want to email me content or suggestions. You can do that too. I always diversify, you guys got to keep prepping because, as you know, the government's trying to take away everything. I mean, think about it. The government is trying to make secret rules, regulations, things that you don't understand, you won't understand, and it's getting to the point of no return. Plus the fact that, they're trying to bankrupt the country, not raise the debt. You got nuclear war looming, just like a second Cold War. You have all these things coming down the pipe. And yet, you, the Americans, or Warlordians, need to realize whatever country you're with, you need to prep. It ain't going to get any easier. And yet, they're making it harder and harder for you to prep because, stock market's going up, stock market's going down, stock market's going up, stock market's going down, and other issues, And then, you have other people in, there's a time and place for everything, as you know. And right now, it's prepping. I mean, no one knows what's coming. And then on top of that, I meant to mention yesterday, again, I'll tell it again, just to make sure it's done so I can get out of here, is, for example, if you're reading the radio reference form, right? I'm a forum member. I'm also a premium subscriber, last time I checked. And you buy these scanners, okay? People say, oh, what's your point of a scanner? It's to get your news, okay? So if you don't have a scanner, don't worry. You don't need to worry about a scanner. Fortunately, when it comes to scanners, one of my favorite hobbies to talk about, you got to ask yourself, when will they fail? A lot of people email me and they say, what do you mean, when will it fail? Think about it. When will it fail? Yes. You see, when you look at radios, new radios, right? And you're looking for a deal, right? Higgins is like, oh, stay away from eBay because eBay's got sales tax. Well, you got to pay the sales tax. You're buying it, But, you pay sales tax if you do it on Amazon, right? So, these radios people are buying, some of them are buying cheaper radios. Some are spending hundreds of dollars. I mean, as I was trying to explain to Higgins the other day, he wants his $800 radio, okay? Let's just say Higgins goes out, hypothetically, and buys himself a 700 plus tax radio, right? You guys could sit there and say, who the hell would do that? Well, let me just tell you. I have a story behind this, okay? I want to tell you the story because I'm a good person and I want to tell you the story. So then he pays $800. Let's just say let's just use Zoe. Zoe's not around anymore, anyways. But let's just use Zoe as an experiment too. Zoe buys herself a analog scanner, right? And she's only hearing, say, the railroad and airlines and marine band because she's in Chicago, so she's getting 3, maybe some ham, right? And she's enjoying herself, And then she says, okay, I want to upgrade to a digital scanner. Then she turns around and buys a digital scanner, right? Say she says, I'm entitled because, I'm a taxpayer and, I'm the breadwinner of my family and of myself. So I'm going to buy an $800 scanner, right? Let's just say the tax. She goes and buys her $800 scanner. And then she's sitting there and she's smiling, going like, look, I got an $800 scanner, right? All of a sudden, she's got a $800 scanner. You guys paying attention? While she's got an $800 scanner, all of a sudden she turns around and she's getting air marine ham, and say NASCAR, right? There's 12 service banks, right? Let's just say. And she got used to her top line scanner. Then all of a sudden, she's got her new scanner, and she turned around and what did she do? She can't hear fire, EMS, or police. And she says, oh, Rita, let's just say she can't. How come I can't hear it, right? I paid $700. I'm entitled to listen to police, fire, and EMS. I'm getting the air bands, the civil air bands, the mill air bands, the ham bands, the marine bands, the CV bands, the GMRS bands, the FRS bands, right? And then I turned to her and I said, well, the reason you're not getting any of it is because your area's encrypted. Okay, so they're taking away the ability for you to listen to the police. They don't want you to basically hear that they're going to go raid Zoe's house. So they're like, oh, we're going to turn Chicago completely off, right? Now, Zoe's a good, perfectly good-looking woman, okay? I don't think they're going to go raid her house for anything, but I'm just saying for sake of the argument, they want to shut down the radio grids, right? So what are they talking about on the forum? How we should enjoy what we have now because they're going to take it away. The government's going to take away. Every government out there wants you to be completely radio silent. They took away the TVs, okay? Do you remember the little TVs? You could buy yourself a pocket TV, right? You could buy a pocket TV, right? Back in the day, you can buy a pocket TV. You put it in your pocket, right? You can put it in your pocket, and then what happened? Put it in your pocket and you go, right? What did the government say? They didn't want people carrying a pocket TV with them. Like, for example, walking down the street with pocket TV, right? And all of a sudden they got this pocket TV they pull out, pull the antenna up, and then they're watching 9/11 while at work, saying, oh my God, maybe they keep the TV as a prepper's tool. So they pull this little TV out, they go beep, and they're like, oh wow. And yet, you got people out there buying these little pocket TVs, right? And say once a year, twice a year, maybe whatever, you look and you have like you have these TVs, right? And you can take them anywhere. First, they started with black and white. Then they said, oh, if you want color, it's going to be more. And then color came out, and they said, oh, color is more, right? And yet, all these people were buying these pocket TVs, 1.6-inch TVs, 1.8-inch TVs. Then people thought, oh, well, if I'm carrying a purse TV, then they went from 2.2 inches to 2.3 inches to 2.7 inches. Now you guys could sit there and say, as Rita, and say, no, I know my TV is better than most people. I'm a TV expert in that aspect. Then some of them went with the 4.5 inchers and the 5 inchers and the whatever, right? And then eventually, people were sitting on the bus, minding their own business with headphones. They didn't disturb anyone. And what did they have in their hand? A pocket TV. And people would sit there. They had passive screens, and then they had LCDs. And then what happened? People sat there and said, oh, that's not bad, you know? And then these people would buy these TVs, and they'd pull it out, watch it for a long time. I remember opening up stocking stuffers and Easter baskets and having little TVs in there. Why? Because my mom thought the TV was going to be a great babysitter for me. A little pair of earbuds, stick a TV in there, and you're good to go. And yet, my family had no problem with the little TVs. Now you can buy them for like $20 new in a box. People say to me, well, how come there's 20, how come so many people are buying these TVs? Well, unless you know how to calibrate these TVs or put in Casio or Sony new in box, you can find them cheap on eBay. Fortunately, the government took away those TVs that the preppers, are prepping for. Why? Because they didn't want you walking down the street having communications running on batteries so you can know what's happening if a nuclear strike happens or a natural disaster. They did not want you to have any communication. They wanted you to rely on the government. So, again, what did they do? Let me get some more coffee, I guess, while I'm talking about this, because this is very important to me to talk about, okay? You buy a bag phone back in the day. I'll show you what a bag phone is if you have never seen a bag phone. I have a picture of a bag phone, okay? Or you get the idea. It's a car phone in a bag, okay? Runs on battery and runs, Those were the most powerful phones back then. More powerful than your current phones today. But the government thought, we need a way to track people. Now, this is my own opinion. I'm not giving you any misinformation, okay? So they've decided to start with the CDMA and the GMRS phones and all this crap, And eventually they started refining the phones to be, 1G. And people are like, oh, that's cool. And then they started thinking, oh, well, people like the web browser. They don't want to be tethered to their computer. So we're going to give them 2G. Eventually 2G took off, and people are starting getting rid of their Motorola brick phones, which, by the way, by then Motorola said, oh, well, we can make a killing. We'll just stop making batteries, right? And then eventually people thought, oh, well, if we can have phones really small, it could fit in my pocket, in my boobs, this, and this. They started making small phones like this, and then they started refining them. Then they got into the 3G phones, and then people started saying, oh, well, we don't need in-mounted car phones. All we need is a mount, put it in the dash, right? But back then, people had car phones. They would run their car phones with a speakerphone built in, right? So think about it. Government decided they don't want you having the most high powerful phones, right? So slowly they dissolved your TV antennas, making it so you can only watch TV at home, right? Think about it. Free over-the-air entertainment. You can get your news on your way home from work while riding the bus. Just pull it out. I remember during my lunch times when I was a long time ago, I'd pull out my TV and I'd be at nighttime because I was a janitor one time. I'd eat my sandwich. Guy would look at me and say, what's on the news? Yeah, that's the Late Show. Or the new, or I'd walk around with the TV on, headphones, cleaning, and someone would say, what's with the antenna? Oh, I'm cleaning and I'm listening to the news at the same time. Eventually, my boss hooked up me with a little garbage caddy. I went around and did cleaning, and he made it so the TV sat in an angled position while I was cleaning, and I could hear it with longer headphones. Why? Because he thought it would keep me professional. Yeah, so to me, having a television like that helped me out a lot because, but then they started taking away the TVs. thing, and I'll tell you why. Give me one second while I use the toilet, because this is very important. You see, a lot of these people believed in the Nelson's ratings, but a lot of people also believed that, if you had communications, you would not need to rely on the government, you see. So what did the government do? They made a deal with these, and this is just my opinion, again, it's not misinformation. They made a deal with the television makers, eventually, that they could make digital things. I remember going into stores in America and Australia, and it was like 50,000 Australian dollars, or in America, it's 25,000 for the first plasma screens. What happened to plasma screens, huh? People don't even remember. I remember Poppy paying like $4,000 for his, and his failed in 3 years. Then they offered him, I think it was an LCD TV or something in 2010 or something. See? So you do the math, my friends. Think about it. We went from portable TVs to now, if you want portable TVs, you have to basically put a portable TV on your table, flip the antenna, and hope like hell you get a reception. Yeah. I bought an antenna once, a digital antenna for my TV in Moses Lake. I didn't get shit. I bought a digital antenna with my husband in Quincy. I didn't get shit. I bought a digital antenna out here that could go all the way to Seattle. I didn't get shit. Why? Because they don't work. They lie. They don't want over the air anymore. They want you to get your news either by paying a premium, right? Cable, dish, satellite, right? And then what happens? Okay, let me tell you a story about my cousin, okay? My cousin and cousin-in-law, love them both, okay? They would turn around, and when I was visiting them in Oregon, they're gone, I would ask them specifically, hey, while you guys are out, can I use your TV? Oh, yeah. So what did I do? I'd sit there in there. I think it was like 75, 80-inch Samsung. And I'd flip through the channels, okay? My cousin, he was set on his ways. He was like, oh, we're going to watch this and this. Okay, cool. But with me, I'm flipping through it going crap, 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 crap. Why? Because this isn't something I want to pay for. I remember paying like $9 a month for basic cable, My mother looked at me one day and she says, this is utter crap. Yeah, well, me and my mom had a few drinks one morning before she went to work. We toasted to the late John Paul II, the Pope, who died. I was a witness to it. Saw it in my own lifetime, which my mom said, cherish this moment. I cherished it more having a drink with her, going, cheers to the former Pope. Mom said when Mother Teresa goes, we'll be doing the same. I don't even remember when Teresa died. I think she died like a few years later. Let me look. Mother Teresa, saint. Okay, by the Catholic thing, right? Mother Teresa is born in 1910, died in 1997, and died in Calcutta. So she died in West Bengal. So she was, so there you go, Beatified by St. Peter's Square in the Vatican in 2003 by Pope John Paul II. So John Paul II was the Pope. It kind of was wonky. He died created Cardinal by Paul VI. Died April 2nd, 2005. So he was like one of the longest serving popes. Okay. And so he died On April 2005, so a year before my husband came into the picture. See, isn't this interesting history? And then me and her were having a drink and saying cheers. So apparently Mother Teresa apparently passed away beforehand. No, I think it was 97 or something. But anyways, you get the idea, right? So my mother and I had this drink and we were talking about the Pope. Fortunately, it is what it is. But let's just get back to this thing. You're paying for cable, you don't get crap. You got to pay for premium cable. I used to pay for premium cable at one time. The only thing me and my husband thought was entertaining in the after show was HBO After Hours. That was the only thing, Otherwise, it was utterly crap. But even in my room, I'd flip through it and be like, garbage, garbage, garbage. My husband and I were laughing about it. So when we moved out to Quincy, we didn't get it. I had my portable TV still working. Till one day they turned off the signals. They're like, if you don't have your coupons to get your free digital converters, then you're screwed. Well, we tried to get it, and everyone sucked them up. And then they didn't want to give it back. So my husband's like, you know what? We'll just stay off of it and use analog. So we use analog. Fortunately, eventually in 2013, my analog TV thing failed. But the government did not want you guys to have communication. So portable TVs to them were a waste of time and space because, if you had your portable TV, you could, you would not need to rely on the government, right? So they took that away. Then they came out with, these portable TVs are digital and analog. There's one that had digital analog pocket TV. Can't find it anymore. They stopped selling it because I don't know what the reason was. But then you get these new portable TVs for prepping. And what happens? They don't work. You have to literally set it up on a table and use an antenna and hope like hell, as Higgins would say, oh, you need to buy this little device to this little device to that device to this device to that device to charge it. So you have a nuclear war, right? Let's just say the radiation's all around you, but you don't get the MP. Your TV ain't going to work anyways. What are you going to hear? Right? You think news people are going to be in bunkers going, and today we were nuked, and the Higgins was green, and the Pee-wee was green, and the Dinky was green, and that is how the cookie crumbles. I'm trying to be funny here, but you get the idea, right? I mean, literally. And the Zoe was green, and that's how the cookie crumbles. I am Walter Cronkite, and that is how the cookie crumbles. Come on. I mean, think about it. They took away the portable TVs because they don't want you, this is my own opinion, to have command to know what's going on in the world. All right. So if the entire internet goes down, or you get a 15-minute warning, nuclear missiles are on their way, your communications ain't going to work. So say you're out of the blast zone, there's no EMP in the area, but you go and you're like, Higgins. Oh, Mom, are you there, Mom? Mom, are you there? Mom, are you there? Mom, are you there? Mom, are you there? How do you know your mom didn't get radioactive or walked out the front door and said, nuke me? I mean, jokingly, of course, think about it. There's a lot of people who want to die. They don't want to prep. They want to be going like a flash of in the flashbang. That's their opinion. That's their choice. Me? Thing is, there's a lot of preppers out there haven't realized that the government took away the most advanced, powerful phones. You could be in the mountain range, and those bad phones would work better than the freaking. I mean, I remember seeing family members being like, and I'm sitting here, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, got it, right. Or those giant brick phones like Zach did in Saved by the Bell. Yo, okay. Why? Because they have a bigger antenna. You can mount one of those damn cell phones. Have you ever noticed that if you had a bad phone, right, and you're driving down the road and your sister's like, damn, these cell phones are crappy, and I'm like, You need to make a phone call. Yeah. All right, hold on a second. Pull on the side of the road here. Get out. Give me your keys for a second. All right, open the trunk. Okay, walk back to the front. What are you doing? Just drive. I'll do this. Driving. Get that out of there, thing. Okay. Cigarette lighter. Beep, 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 beep. All right. Slow down. Pull over here for a second. Open the window. The old not. You had hand crank it. Go up. Okay. All set. Drive. So you need to do, what's the number? Oh, it's beep, 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 beep. Driving where she has no signal. Hello? Oh, yeah. No. On. Speaker. She's driving. I'm sitting there going. And this is why you don't carry these crappy light phones. They're too weak. Just to realize, oh my God, what am I missing? They charge more per minute for those phones, but they work better. Government didn't want. They wanted you to. We're going to put towers everywhere in the entire country. Clutter the country up. These towers. The old car phones work better. You can be on a boat 3 miles off of in the Puget Sound. I remember my father, stepdad, being like, "Damn piece of crap ain't working." I said, "Oh, you want me to fix that?" And he says, "How?" I said, "Watch." Okay, since we have 4 batteries in this truck, hit it. Yeah, anyways, I'll be there a little later. I'm on the ferry. I gotta, get all, we have the materials. Yeah. And my stepdad, Roy's looking at me like, I got one of these shitty flip phones from Sprint, and you got a fucking bag phone that just basically boosts everything. I said, hey, the antenna is the biggest I can get for the truck, just slap it right on there, and it basically uses a ground plane and through the ferry, and he's just like, no problem. We're halfway out in the middle of the Puget Sound doing a job. We drive along, and he'd be like, hey, kid, can you call this number for me and see if they got this tool we need? Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Click. Why are they taking them away? Because they want you guys to rely on cell phones, quote unquote, that they can track you on. Now, it takes 3 minutes for the old phones to triangulate. The new ones, all they got to do is push a GPS button anytime they want, and they activate it, and they know exactly. I mean, have you ever noticed you're walking around with your smartphone? Okay, picture this. Think about it. This ain't a government conspiracy. This is, I'm not going to give you misinformation, but just think about this. This is my opinion. You go on and you go to a restaurant. Say you go to a restaurant, Texas, right? And you have the smartphone. You're like, since you can't have a bag phone anymore, also beep, beep, beep. Now it's related to Google that you went from Washington State to Oregon State to California to New Mexico to Texas. And now you're eating at a restaurant called the Jolly Rogers, let's just say. And it says, do you want to do a review with the Jolly Rogers? And you disable your GPS. And next you know, you're on a train going up to Chicago. Let's just say you want to go visit Zoe or something, right? And it says, beep, beep, beep. Do you want to do a review of Chicago's Union Station? But you disable the GPS. And then the government turns it back on because they don't want you. So then you turn around and you say, well, what the hell is this problem if the government's turning your GPS on? You see where I'm going with this? So not only do they take away your portable TVs, so you have to either stream your news, watch your news, or whatever, but they turn around and take away your ability as a person to have a good phone. I mean, they could take a basic current 5G phone, 5G, but I guess the FCC has their own reasons why they won't allow it, right? And you can turn around and start making in-mounted car phones and bag phones again with 5G technology. I buy one. Why? Because to me, that's what the phone I fucking want. I don't want to fucking carry this. If I could get rid of my fucking flip phone, I would get rid of it tomorrow morning. Why? Because I find it to be a piece of garbage. And I don't like those phones. That's the thing. The truth is, and then Higgins says, oh, well, you're living in the past. You're living in the past. I mean, look, I may live in the past like portable TVs, but I don't think I don't think these fucking government dickheads should tell us what we can and can't use anymore. Let me put it this way. You buy a TV, pocket TV. I have a whole bunch of them. They're all clean, put away, stored away in the little Rita museum. But what happens when you can't fucking use them? Then people try peddling them on eBay. $150 for a mint condition one. No one buys it. $130. No one buys it. Eventually it gets down to like $20. People start thinking, oh, maybe I could buy it. And then they find out, what am I going to use it for? $20. Some guy made $20, but guess what? Point is, they're not usable. So unless you buy a converter plug and then hook it to a digital to analog converter, and then you hook up your antenna, digital converter to the converter box to transform it to analog so you can use the pocket TV. Then you hope like hell your television doesn't get quote unquote turned off while you have a power outage. Think about it. Has anyone ever invented a battery powered digital analog converter box? Yes, but they're hard as hell to find. It's like the government didn't want that on the market that long. And where's the digital analog box? And now you got to pay like $30 to $40 for them. Thing is there's too many older TVs in the dump. People keep upgrading, right? They don't reuse what they have, so they throw it in the dump. And then you do get a digital analog converter, but what are you going to convert signal-wise? I say go out, right? Well, let's check on something. I haven't done this in a while, so let's just check this, okay? All right. So let's just say a dual VCR. You can buy a dual VCR for $5.89, right? Funai. They're a good brand. Funai, right? Dual deck VCR. What if you just want a basic VCR? Can you still buy them? Let's look. Basic VCR. All right, so $359. Then they got a converter box thing that Higgins would use. Then you got one right here, DVD VCR combo renewed. VCR at refurbished VCR, DVD combo, DVD combo, DVD combo, DVD combo, DVD combo, DVD combo, VCR, DVD combo renewed. But what if I want a Zenith VCR? Basic VCR. Not many brands, right? What about VCR DVD combo? Usually the DVD combo fails, but the VCR still works. Okay, so you're looking at 7 something. They took those away. Why? Because they wanted you to all to switch because they were greedy to optical discs. Yeah. And if your optical discs get damaged, then they would turn around and, I got a DVD VCR combo still hooked up to my TV. The DVD doesn't work, but the VCR does. And I run the VCR head cleaner every 6 months. Why? Because I can still use the VCR. And if I can find a VCR in mint condition, that's why you go to YouTube and you buy, or not YouTube, eBay, and you buy some stuff from time to time. I'm actually on Amazon right now. But I bet you if you put in eBay, let's just look at this. DVD VCR combo new. What do you get? $600. Yeah. So if you go down to condition, let's just go down here because I always click on new. There's 49 of them. Let's just click on this and see. So then you go low to high because I was like looking at shipping lows first, right? All right. So $229 for Symphonic. See, $229. I'd pay $229 JVC. Why? Because then I'd replace the old one. There's a Go Video Philips. I paid the, $199. I mean, think about it. Some of these people are hoarding them, but they figure a $80 product can be worth more. Sometimes it is, but you know what? I pay the damn price. And then Higgins and others say, oh, well, you're living in the past. Well, guess what? Well, I may be living in the frickin' past. At least my problem is that, to me, at least I can still watch movies if a crap hits fan situation. Unless There's no power. Think about it. Give me 1 second. Gotta use the restroom. I'm not done yet. So they took away VCRs. They took away DVDs. You can buy DVD players cheap now. That's dirt cheap. People buy that. They're not trying to force you to buy Blu-rays. Eventually, DVDs will fail. Okay, peeps. So as a prepper, you got to look at it from my point of view. Government took away your bag phones. The government took away your pocket TVs so you can't communicate. They want to track your every movement by just pushing a switch. And then when you don't comply to their orders, i.e. a smartphone, then they claim that you are a rebel, my opinion, not theirs, because you don't want to conform. Then they want to take away all your antique stuff you have. I mean, did you know if you got a hold of a basic printer and an old MacBook or the old Macintosh, the ones that had the built-in 3.5-inch floppy drives, and you had everything working properly, you could do everything you needed on a basic computer. But they don't want that. You know why? They don't want you to pull out an old Windows 95 laptop in mint condition, pull it out and be like, oh, yeah, just found a shop that refurbishes batteries. And you're sitting there and they're like, all right, you can't do that because we need to track you. You see, I scared the manager once, didn't mean to. I told her, go Google PRISM, right? It's a big surveillance system under the Obama administration. Unfortunately, when she found out about it, she was kind of freaking. I said, hey, did you check out that thing? 9 days later, I asked her. And she said, PRISM? She said, that is the most scariest thing I've ever seen. So every government email, every private email goes through this filter. So they know exactly what you're talking about. The government knows exactly what you're doing. You make YouTube videos and Rumble videos and Spotify and everything. It goes through their filters. Do you think that's right? No. And yet, they turn around, they take away your pocket TVs, your older technology. Why? The older technology would have worked. But you know what? They wanted to make more money. It's all about the corporate greed pot. Corporate greed pot. Well, force them to do. And when people don't start, this is why I said, I think it was yesterday or the day before, if people started turning around and fighting back to their fucking country, not talking about fighting back is taking up arms, but standing their ground with the pocketbook and saying, I'm not paying for any of your shithole streaming services. And you pay for basic internet. And you say, I'm not taking this shithole smartphone that's tracking me and go with a flip phone. And then every person in America has a flip phone. That's telling the government what they need to know. And then the government says, look, to the makers of these products, the Americans have spoke. They don't want to be tracked. Think about it this way. The government is now using, we have to go encrypted on police scanners because they know too much. No, it's because they want to fucking do a no-knock, kick down your door and shoot you because you're white or you're black or you're Hispanic or you're Asian. I mean, I heard it the other day, another weapons raid. You know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. I was sitting there listening to Scanner one night. Right? I know the sheriffs. They're all nice. And the sheriff calls me, the one on duty. They all know I have scanners. Hey, Rita, you listening to Scanner? Yes. So, yes, you did the serial numbers over the air. You're doing a radio thing. Did you put this on Broadcastify? No, because I don't know how to do Broadcastify, and I don't care. They're so damn worried about weapons raids, and they were talking about which rifle came from what state and what handgun came to what state and how the hell that replica of the black powder and flintlock pistols and rifles should be serial numbered, and people should be registering those because they can be dangerous. I'm sorry, but a black powder pistol or shotgun or rifle is dangerous, but it only does one shot unless you get a conversion kit. And yet, they're so worried in this state that black powder should be, registered and certified. This is where I'm telling you that they're trying to take away your rights as a people. Think about it. I'm basically sitting here, okay, right now on YouTube. On YouTube. And what am I telling you guys as a woman? They're trying to take away everything that you believe in. Think about it. People don't want to believe in God anymore because, God, people are telling us that God made man and woman and you can't be gay or lesbian. And there's people that say, what about love? Right? So they're going away of the religion's going away of the dodo bird, except for these extremists. The extremists believe in, well, fuck the children, give me my gun. So if 20 kids get killed, it's not my fucking problem, right? You got the other people fighting back now. Meanwhile, you got the gun owners saying, hey, at least we have Republicans backing up. But what if a blue wave hits 2024 and all of a sudden Americans are told you got to give up your guns? They're already telling us in this state, you want a revolver, you got to go through a fucking course for 5 years just to get a permit for it. Just to own a gun, you need a fucking permit in the state. Shotgun, rifle, you name it. What type of fucking jolly wankers out there are fucking sitting there dictating what we can and can't have? The government, whether it be the fucking local government, the state government, the federal government. Think about it. I'm not saying take up arms. I'm saying think about it from your perspective. They took away your pocket TV so you couldn't watch TV. How many people these days drive in a limousine and they say, oh, nice, it's got a full wet bar and a TV, but the TV doesn't work because there's no antenna in the car. You can't put in a car, a digital has to be it has to be stationary. It can't be like the old analog where you just walk down the street and be like, hey, Rita, what are you watching, Rita? Price is Right. Definitely Price is Right. Definitely Price is Right. Definitely Price is Right. What are you watching? Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. See, being funny here like the Rain Man. But you get the idea, right, my friends? And then you turn around and you see the government taking away. After their TVs, they took away your phones. So your bad phones came first, then your TVs. Your bad phones, your high-powered phones, they said it was too powerful. Oh, cancer. There was no cancer. None whatsoever. But, the radio waves are really. Then that means 5G. They're talking about 5G cooking people's brains if they have it. I'm running on like 3G, so to me, I don't care. But to me, I use the phone all the time. But what's going on? Oh, cancer. Oh, that's great. And yet, you, the American people, saw your pocket TVs being taken away, so they have to do it. Then they tried to force you to buy cable. People said, oh, no. Then they decided to take away the over-the-air. So unless you're like 3 blocks from the TV towers, I mean, basic cable is $9. Then they raised it to 13. Then they went to 23. Then they went to 40. Eventually I said, fuck it. I ain't paying it. And yet at the same time, this is how they were trying to fucking milk you for every damn dime that wasn't nailed down. I used to love going into places, right? There's this gas station, right? Had TVs in every pump had a TV. Local news, whatever. You go in, there's an ice cream shop, pizza shop, sub shop, taco shop. It had like 10 little restaurants in it. Perfect place. I'd go in there and be like, oh, today's tacos. I want tacos. We'd fuel up the car or truck. I'd watch a little TV as a pumping. Mom and I joked. Or Pops and I. That was it. They took that away. Oh, they took away the little gas stations with the special restaurants built in so you can get food. Why? Oh, well, that's just employing gluttony and laziness. Now they want to slowly take away fast food by saying, oh, you can't go through the drive-thru to get your food. I mean, literally, what the fuck is wrong with this picture? Think about it. They took away the cell phones. They took away the pocket TVs. They're trying to take away your guns. They're now telling you that you have to submit like good little babies and robots so you can give up your scanner codes because they want to make it all encrypted so they think criminals use the scanners. It's a 1934 law in the books that said we can monitor police radio activity, but they want to take that away from us because, so you got Higgins going, oh, well, I'm going to get an SDS 200. I'm going to use it. Remember my story I said earlier about the SDS 200 people. Higgins goes ahead and buys an SDS 200, and then a month later, his entire county goes encrypted. He's going to be shit out of luck. What's he going to listen to with a $700 scanner? The railroad? Hey, Rita, listen to the railroad. That was boring. Hey, Rita, I was listening to the air bands, the civil and the mill air. That was boring. I mean, look, Higgins may be a nosy Parker at times, but I'm telling you, scanners can be fun if you know what you're listening to. Scanners aren't fun if you turn on the Marine band and you hear, gonna pull in the dock, get fuel, and then pull out. Roger, Roger. How lame is that, people? How lame is that? Air band here. And the weather in Friday Harbor is 35 degrees Fahrenheit with winds at 75 miles per hour. Sea level is 4,200 feet today. All you're hearing is an automated system. Is that worth the money? I don't think so. You pay for a scanner to sit there and, a lot of people sit there and they love having a scanner with headphones on at NASCAR tracks because what are they fucking listening to? They're fucking listening to racing. Car number 9 is in the fast lane and they were speed. If Higgins wants to listen to NASCAR, feel free to. You want to listen to the Marine band, feel free to. You want to listen to Air Band, or is it Miller, Civ Air, feel free to. A lot of people are like, oh, I want to hear the crosstalk of whatever. I mean, look, some people buy a CB radio and keep it to channel 19 to listen to the crosstalk. I have my scanner set up for CB band. You know what I'm picking up? Nothing. Not one trucker is on this island. I was in Anacortes a while ago. Had a scanner with me. I didn't hear nothing on the CB band. Nothing. And Anacortes is a hub to get supplies over there. I mean, scanner goes to about 70 to 90 miles, depending on antenna. Now, if you get a big, long telescopic antenna, you can go hundreds of miles on one antenna. Guess what? I didn't pick up nothing. So you can get CB band and get jack diddly poopers. Think about it. They're taking that away. Oh, well, CB's not being used. It's not popular. But the government's telling you need a license for GMRS. And yet they're making radios and cutting corners saying they're FRS when they're really GMRS. And then you have other crap like the ham bands. I mean, literally. I have not heard, since I've had my scanners set up and scanning, one conversation on the ham bands. No conversation on the CB bands. No conversation on the MERS bands. No conversations on the you're not going back there. You're going to go take Moppy out take a smoke, and go out. Then, let's just say all the bands that I'm listening to, fire, police, and EMS. The rest of it, not. I got good antennas right now on my radios, and yet they're using the ham band for the Department of Transportation for the ferries. And they're like, yes, the Yakima is running late.
Let me wash my face in a moment and I'm taking them out.
The Yakima is running late today, and the Calatan, and the Tillicum, and the Chelan. I mean, think about it. That's the only time you hear things like, we're running 40 minutes late, and you're like, oh, so they're running late. And then someone tells me outright, oh, yeah, the ferries are running late today. They're in weather restrictions, The 144 cars to Squamish replaced the 188 cars Spokane on Route 2 yesterday. See that? I mean, literally yesterday's news, and then, you see the updates, right? And then today you look at things, right, through the live map. And again, they don't say anything about ferry delays. They don't even update it. Okay, so this is, the Chelan is running way late, same with the Telecom. But when you ask for the real-time alerts, right, you go down to ferry alerts, right? This says, get the update. No, see this? Alternate update. Following routes are running restored spring schedules. See, it's got it right here, right? And then you're looking at this, you're talking about like delayed bridges and delayed this and delayed that, but you want schedules and stuff. They don't even tell you. It says right here, right? They're not even giving you an update. See, I got the live feed, right? It says departed 155. So it was, 205, 215. So it's 22 minutes late, right? 22 minutes late. The other one was 12 minutes late. Yeah, Telecom. 12 minutes late. You see? And they don't want to sit there and say, oh, well, it's 35 minutes late or 45 minutes late. So what are they doing? They're telling you 12 minutes late. See where I'm going with this? This is the stuff that you got to think about as a prepper. I mean, think about it. They took away your TVs. They took away your phones. They're now trying to force you to have a computer that can track you. And if your Windows is outdated, they don't want your computer to run. You have to go through so many different things like Higgins just to keep his computer running. He's 15 years old. They got so many things. Excuse me one second. I'm going to use the bathroom. Okay, Pete, I'm back. So basically, you have the government now taking away radio scanners. They don't want you to have a form of communication to know what's going on. So when you do buy it, eventually they'll turn off police and fire, making it encrypted. Then they'll turn around and leave your air bands, your railroad, your NASCAR. Hold on a sec. Let me look up something for you guys, okay? All I have to do is go to Amazon, click on one of these things in my Christmas list. Actually, I could just look at the Christmas list. It's funny because it says exactly what it does. So, here we go. So basically, you get NASCAR racing, aviation, non-digital police, fire, public safety, right? Mill, air, marine, right? All these, and yet, some of them don't work. Think about it. I mean, if you look at this one, for example, right? I think there's a chart somewhere, right? Let me look. Here. Oh, here we go. Both civilian and military aircraft bands, non-military, non-digital police, ambulance, fire, weather, marine, regular aircraft, civil air, railroad, amateur radio, ham, and racing events, all on this handheld scanner, right? Now you guys could sit there and say, okay, same thing goes with the 30C and the 75XLT. Fortunately, frequently in 10 service banks, police, fire, emergency, NOAA, weather, marine, racing, civil, ham, railroad, CB, and others, right? So see, you want to listen to CB, FRS, GMRS, and MERS. You can't. Nothing's moving. Then you decide, okay, I live near a railroad, and you only hear the railroad a couple times a day. That'll be basically sitting on a $100 scanner. Then you decide to tune into the ham bands, and you can't pick up anything from the ham bands. Then you say, okay, I want to listen to civil and marine and military air. There's nothing. Then you're not near a racetrack, so you don't hear racing. Then you're on near the water, you don't hear the marine. Then they turn around and they encrypt half your bands, right? Leaving, they encrypt the public works, that's fire, police, EMS, and civil, and so what are you using your scanner for then? Railroad? Airplanes? Ham? So when you start to look at the breakdown of the scanners, they've just taken away your biggest listening. But at the same time, the government turns around and what do? They disable your ability to use it. Oh, cool. Guess I don't have to worry about that, do I? Yeah. So anywho. So then you turn around, right? And what happens, right? You buy these scanners and you listen to it and say Higgins and Zoe and Phil, they all buy these scanners and they use them, and also one day they don't work. And they come to me, Rita, your scanners work. Let's just say Zoe comes to me. I'm going to use Zoe as an example. Rita, my scanner doesn't work. Well, she already knows fire, EMS, and fire, EMS, police are encrypted. They don't want anyone to know that they're going to kick down Zoe's door and any other civilian in Chicago's door because they think everyone's a fucking criminal. I wouldn't be in Chicago anyways. But you go to other places, like you were listening to this one guy, right? This one guy is like, well, we're on phase 1, P25 phase 1. That's phase 1, phase 2, and they haven't come up with phase 3 yet, right? So they're all talking about encryption. Oh, this place is going encryption soon. Oh, you won't hear it soon enough. Seattle's basically going encrypted. You sit around and you think to yourself, wow, Seattle's going encrypted. I'm going to show you guys an example of something, okay? All right. Let me just show you something, okay? If I have to increase it, I will, okay? I want to show you guys something important to me, okay? I always show this once in a while, okay? So, all right. So let's do share screen. I know Dinky loves the share screen. Okay, so I'm in the United States code, right? Let's just click this, right? So say right there, I live in San Juan, okay? So you scroll down here, right? This is all the codes I get, right? Mode. This is remote mobile network. I believe it what it is, right? So you got all these, right? Let's just say I don't hear the school at all. It's programmed in. Public Works, I don't hear Public Works. I don't hear the water department. I don't hear this. I don't even hear the electric company. I hear the sheriff's dispatch. County EMS, they're only called out once in a while, but you have to literally have it on EMS, which it does. They're encrypted. You know, there's a remote mobile and basic mobile. You know, a repeater mobile and base mobile. So these are all base mobiles, okay? Let's say I want to go to another county, right? Say I want to go to Whatcom County, right? If you look at Whatcom County, they're all basically all analog, you see? How do you know? Well, you can just because you see this, see? It says right here. Trunk Systems 13 goes down the list, right? Now say you want to go to Skagit County. See how it says amateur Skagit municipality, right? If you look at all this, you can tell these are all pretty much analog, right? Now, say you want to go to Snohomish County. Used to live in Snohomish. See how it says trunk system, some Snohomish County airports right now. If you look carefully, the PUD, that's the utilities division, Snohomish County Public Service, SERS. See how it says right here, Motorola Type 2 Smart Zone, right? Right there. You can click on it, and it'll tell you exactly what it is. For example, it says it's analog. It's all analog, right? So if you scroll down, mostly it's analog, except for a couple of counties, right? Say I want to go to King County. See how it says 32 and et cetera, et cetera. Now if you scroll down here, right, it says Type 2 Smart Zone right here. P-CERNs, Puget Sound Energy, right? Phase 2. And K-CERN, right? Replaces K-CERNs, right? That means if you click on that, it says common area, and then it says here channel capable frequencies, and they're telling us exactly what's available. And you can go through it all, and they'll tell you if it's encrypted or not. If it's encrypted, there's a lot of guys right now talking about the K-CERN system on the radio form, you see? So this tells you exactly what you're running on. Now, they say a few things right here. See, King County Metro Bus, Phase 2, digital trunking. So to listen to Metro this year, Seattle Public Safety is on Motorola Type 2, which means it's still on analog. Harborview, the big hospital, analog. All the overlay console, analog. All these other here's, this one's DVR, so this is digital. Yes, the Indians, but you see that? So if you're looking at all these things, right? Say you want King County, right? Oh yeah, we already went through King County. Hold on. So we want Kitsap County. That's the naval port, right? See all this? Analog. Even the military base is still analog, okay? So then you go to Callum County. I pick up Callum right there, see? All again, analog. Now let's just go up to the map again because I'll show you Jefferson County. I picked Jefferson up too. See? Analog. I pick up Snohomish, King, Pierce County, Mason County. Let's just show you Mason. Trunked. All right. See any of these analog? No. I pick up Pierce County. You look here. Phase 2, South Sound 911. So South Sound 911, law enforcement, digital. I picked them up too. But do you see the rest? Right there. Phase 2. Phase 2. All these police things are phase 2. Because, well, you know, everything else, analog. So, for example, Thurston County, analog. I pick up Thurston. I pick up Lewis County, analog. I pick up Cowlitz County, analog. I pick up Skamania County, analog. And I pick up Clark County. I also pick up everything on this side too because we're here. I'm picking up Callum County, Jefferson County, Mason County, Grays Harbor, Pacific, Mason County, Grays Harbor, analog. Thurston, as you know. I think one of the other island ones or coastal cities is I think it might be Waukeam County that's using it. So I'm picking everything up from here all the way down here. I'm not picking up anything from eastern Washington like Klickitat, Yakima, Kittitas, Chelan, or Okanagan because the mountain range. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm picking up like 15 counties, okay, plus half Canada. But say you want to go to Cook County. All right, let's just go Cook County, okay? McLean County, Mason County. There's Osage or DuPage and that. Okay, Cook County. Okay. Now look at Cook County. See all the scrolling? Cook County, encrypted. See, all encrypted right there. Statewide Illinois Starcom. So Zoe couldn't listen to anything unencrypted. You took that away from her. So what would Zoe be listening to? Well, let's scroll down and look. Another Starcom. Starcom, Cook County Administration Building. This you can listen to. It's on digital. Public Safety, 800 megahertz. This is going into digital, former Zone 5, but they made this encrypted. See? Process switching from analog to encrypted P25. You see, that means Zoe couldn't even listen to anything. Then you got Chicago Fire. See, if you read all this, it'll tell you exactly what they're doing, you know. It'll tell you if it's encrypted or not encrypted. You could listen to Chicago Fire, I guess. That might be entertaining. Fleets, you know, Chicago Department of Transportation. You can listen to those. But the thing is, you have to go through all these to find out. Now, you know, me and Higgins was talking about his state, right? His is simulcast. I think he's in Michigan, I think. Somewhere in Michigan. I don't know. I think he said he's in Eaton County. He's on the border 3. So he gets simulcast because it's picking up everything. But you get my idea, right? So everything is going encrypted. Think about it. Everything's encrypted. And no one gives a poopy poop if it's encrypted. That means you can't hear anything. Your scanner will be useless one day. Yeah. And then they say, well, we're protecting the officers. No, you're basically protecting your own ass by kicking down people's doors because that's what you want to do in life. Thing is, people need to realize they can basically restrict themselves and stop buying top line smartphones. Do you really need a smartphone to get your email while you're taking a shit? No. You don't need an email. Do you need the WhatsApp while you're on the toilet? No. Do you need to walk down the street and hear beep beep? Oh, I got an email. No. People are getting too conveniently lazy, and that's why they're basically relying on technology. Thing is you can get your email at home and you can go out and enjoy your life without needing to basically sit there and turn your Facebook or Instagram chat box on and be like, hey, how are you today? I'm doing okay. How about you? Oh, which reminds me, I need to check see if Fammy emailed me. Messaged me on Instagram. Apparently, I think she was flying back to another city in the Philippines, but I don't know. All she said is goodbye, Manila. So I thought maybe she went to Manila. I left Manila. Ooh, what the hell is that? Okay, I like this. Just because it can. Yep. Yeah, so anywho, my point is the American people need to realize that when it comes to prepping, think of what they're doing to you. They're taking away things. Think about it. They take away your radio ability to listen, right? You won't get your news. They might even sit there and say, oh, scanners are useless. Let's turn off the weather report, But they have these weather radios built into these other things. I mean, look, they're trying to dissolve world band radios because they think, it's not nice to listen to other people's frequencies, a short band or world band. Trying to dissolve everything that's that you can buy that's free. Think about it. If you bought a world band radio, you can listen to radio all around the world. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to spend $300 and get one that takes AA batteries that you just pull out and you listen to, and you're like, oh yeah, I was listening to some news in New York the other day, or England, or France, or whatever. You see, the corporate companies want you to pay for every fucking little thing. That's why they're taking away the ability of what you can and can't do. Think about it. Let me use the toilet real quick. Let me tell you guys a secret. If every American went with a flip phone and told the big companies like Samsung and LG to kiss their ass with a basic flip phone like LG or Samsung, or a cool phone or cool flip or whatever it's called, and saved money and told their kids to quit texting their friends with Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and country would be a lot better. Your pocketbook would be a lot fuller too. What about the thing about people sitting there relying on every streaming service out there? You can't watch them all. Think about it. Think about this. Think about this. I can find pretty good movies, decent movies, half-ass movies on YouTube for free. Plain and simple, if you know what you're looking for. Can't find it on the main streaming service. It's usually stuck on YouTube. But here's the thing. You're paying for internet, then you're paying for streaming services. Then what are you getting out of it, huh? Amazon Prime. Let's talk about that. People subscribe to Prime. If everyone got rid of Prime, Amazon would fail. Why? Because they're not getting 2-day shipping usually. They're not getting 3-day shipping. They're getting shipping at Amazon's own speed because Amazon's losing money. everyone got rid of Amazon, and what we'll say Walmart would do better. But if people got rid of Walmart too, saying I'll just go to the grocery store because Walmart can't deliver to my area, the hell with it. Then what? People would be a lot, their wallet would be a lot thicker. Their pocketbooks would be thicker. Think of when they people subscribe to flipped from one channel subscription to the next, month to month or every other month, right? And they watch everything they want, Showtime, then they dump it. Then they go to Hulu, and then they're tired of Hulu and they dump it. Then they go to Netflix and they watch Netflix and they dump it. Eventually, unless their favorite shows come back on season 2, season 3, season 6, season 9. I mean, literally, the companies, you could basically dump all your streaming services and be a lot richer doing it. And then what? You could go out and buy several books a month and start reading. Our kids are illiterate now because they don't read. I open a book every day. I'm reading either this book or that book or this book. Thing is I enjoy the books. How many people out there read books anymore? How many people just sit there and say, oh, I remember this? How many people sit there, go online? I went through 37 book reviews by myself. I came out with reading all the book reviews, the 2 books, 2. Emailed this, posted comments of, guy said, oh yeah, these are the 2 best for collectors. Cool, I'll get those. Made a decision without asking Higgins' advice because he doesn't know what I'm looking for in books. But, point is, my friends, you can use YouTube if you know what you're looking for reviews, save money. You can go to forums and ask questions before you make a purchase. Saves you money. There's preppers tools out there, but you got to utilize them. But you also got to realize that eventually, in the next 20 or 30 years, the scanner is going to be useless. It's going to go away with the bag phones and the pocket TVs or the portable TVs. Why? Because the government doesn't want you to know what they're doing. And that's just my own opinion, and it isn't misinformation. Think about it. American people, they don't know what's coming down the pipe with the government. The government keeps it all tight-lipped. Everywhere you go nowadays, every person is for themselves. Think about it. Think about it from my point of view. Okay, let's talk about this for a minute. I'm sitting around. I'll check to make sure the heater is cleared. So when I turn it on today, getting nippy in my own damn apartment. Chloe's complaining about it being cold too. It is cold. Very cold. Very, very cold. So I'm going to move my blankets here. Give me a second. Got to clear my blankets. Because what I'm doing is I'm going to set my blankets up so I can use them later to be warm. Because that's how I stay warm when I don't want to use the heater. Because the bill is expensive. Okay, so while I'm talking to you guys about heat, I'm going to tell you guys a story about what I'm thinking. You see, Americans spend too much money. They finance too many things. That means floor needs to be swept again. Okay. So I've cleared everything, checked everything, made sure nothing is above the heaters. So I can turn on heat and get some heat in here because it's starting to get cold. But my point being is, as this rant winds down, the government doesn't want you to know what they're doing. Think about it. Oh, we're protecting the police and firemen, really? We're protecting the patients, really? Usually when the EMS get called out, they only use the address, and that's it. They don't even say anything more. Why? Because that's how they work. So you preppers need to be realizing that the government wants to control what you do. Take away your phones, so you got to be tracked. Take away your pocket TVs, so you can't carry TVs with you. Then wherever you go, if you're interested in that thing. In the 80s, everyone loved television. But then they didn't want anyone to have a pocket portable TV because a portable TV would have told you things. It's like the other day I was telling my dad about TVs. I don't remember. Did I buy one? Was that a? Let me look. I don't remember. I'm gonna go look on eBay real quick because there's something I was curious about. All right, so we're gonna put in Radio Shack portable TV. I think mine was a Radio Shack, but I'm not sure. When you put in, oh yeah, here it is. Is this it? Let me see. Is this the one I was thinking of? Yeah, Radio Shack Portavision. I think that's what it was. I don't even remember how I ended up with that at the time. But yep, there it is. So there's the TV I have. It's sitting in Poppy's basement right now. I don't even remember how I ended up with it. But that's the TV I had. It was a 5-inch little TV. And I used it for everything. But there it is. So, I thought it was a Radio Shack I had. I don't think it was a Panasonic or whatever. I remember it being Radio Shack. I just don't remember how I ended up with it. Well, there's the Casio. So I guess Casio, there's the Casio TV right there. But still, when you look at all these TVs, you got to ask yourself, certain things, I just couldn't remember how I ended up. It wasn't an Emerson. It was that's black and white, right? No, that's color. It says color. You don't see many of those anymore. But yeah, the point is I had that. I think it was this one I had. I don't even remember how I ended up with it. Maybe I walked into a Radio Shack once and bought one. I just don't remember, I just can't remember how I ended up with it. But my husband took it all the way to Cleveland and used it for gaming, and then we couldn't take it home. I was pissed at him about it. Where's this at anyways? Kansas. So you know how it is. Tandy 200. Oh, is that what I think it is? Oh, yes, it is. Does it work? For parts not working, I used to have one of those Tandy 200s. Good little computer back then. The only computer I remember taking AA batteries, too. So, see, they took that away. Back in the day, they took away that, too, because they didn't want computers running on AA batteries. Think about it. Now you have to have rechargeable batteries and pay $100 every time you need to replace the battery. So, should tell us more about it, but analog TV, I see. Yeah, I guess that's what I had. I had the Portavision. Yeah. I don't even know how I ended up with it. That's the funny thing, So those guys are talking about Reddit. I like Reddit from time to time. Hmm. So people are actually modding their TVs now. That's cool. I want a digital TV too, but bottom line, we all get screwed somehow, you know. I don't know what to think anymore when it comes to what the government's doing. Yeah, if people just got rid of the streaming services and let streaming companies fail, then Americans would be a lot richer than relying on sitting on the couch all day. I mean, you can only watch so many channels at once. You know, lately I've been watching, trying to finish up Hulu show. So, and when that's done, you know, I'll find something else out, you know. Plain and simple. Yeah. You know, once in a while I use my laptop as a TV too if I want to watch something I can't find on YouTube, you know, because of certain things, you know. But, you know, the point being is Americans need to realize, you know, that they're being screwed, you know. One way or the other, they're being screwed. So, anyways, let me finish this coffee up for you guys. That's how I see it, you know. Americans these days, they're being screwed, you know. They got rid of the streaming services, went with a flip phone. You guys would be better off. How many people really need email on the go? Is there a pin there? Yes, there's a pin. Since there's no comments and I do everything unscripted, let's just do this. So I need milk. I need, what else do I need? Toilet paper. That was the other item I needed. One detergent, dish soap, shampoo, units, eraser, shampoo, and deodorant, milk. Frozen meals, those and those. We need Aju. Yeah, I had a loaf of bread somewhere, but I don't know where I put my bread. There's a loaf in there, and then there's some pot pies. So I got some food. So we just need milk and toilet paper. There we go. Oh, yeah. Three items today. 3 items. Not bad. Not bad at all, peeps. Everything else is leftovers. So, yeah, that's the other thing. Like you said earlier, you guys can make plenty of meals with your leftovers. You know what you're doing. But since I've been talking for so long, 3 hours, 33 minutes, no comments, and no one watching right now, I think I'm going to leave. So, anyways, I got my heater on, I got some TV to watch, and I got some relaxing to do. So, I got 533 reviews to watch, and I got to go through my planners before I watch the TV. So, what I want to do for you guys is to ask you all to continue to watch my channel if you wish. Please add, subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit the like, subscribe button. Hold some fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Hit the bell notification, thumbs up button, subscribe. Keep the comments nice is all we ask. And thank you for watching. And God bless you and everything you do.